Hey guys, I'm Madison Mary and welcome back to my channel. Today I have something a little bit different for you guys. So I'm going to be talking today about the tropes that I really don't like in books. There's probably like maybe one book that I can say, oh, okay, I like how this trope was done, but otherwise I normally abhor them. And I cannot stand when they happen in books and they're just something that makes me go, or it happens and I'm like, God damn it! So, you know, it just depends. So the first trope I don't like, which I feel like is a common disliked trope, and that is accidental pregnancy. Now, I don't really see this happen in fantasy much, but this does happen a couple times in some new adult romances I have read. I think that's probably where I dislike it the most, is new adult romances, because you have like maybe teens in college who are like fighting or like have like an argument and then oop, there we go, she's pregnant. Or, you know, sometimes it's how the book will start off and it's like, oh my god, she had a one night stand and now she's pregnant. And I'm just like, I don't like it. Sometimes I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out. When it happens in a book towards the end, I'm like, it's the way that they like sometimes bring the couple back together and I'm like, that's not how it works. That's not the point of getting pregnant. I feel like it's always, oh my god, oopsies, I'm pregnant and now I got to like be with this guy, and it's just not, I don't like it. There is one single book that I did like this to happen in, and I can't remember the series for the life of me, but it was like a 3-book new adult romance series. In the last one, she's like pregnant. And while I normally dislike it, it was also just a bit of a crazy new adult romance in general in the last book. Like a lot of shit went down, so it kind of fit in and I was actually fine with it. I remember one of the first times I came across accidental pregnancy was actually in a YA series, and it was at the end of the second book, and it wasn't even the main character that was accidentally pregnant, it was her best friend who got pregnant from that girl's boyfriend who was then her third time ex, because so many things had happened in that series, and the first book in that series was really good and then it went really downhill afterwards. But once there was that accidental pregnancy, I was like, no, this book is not getting a third chance, I'm done. So that's that. Another trope, now this is probably my most hated trope, and that's the, oh my god, they're actually related. There's one book, singly one book, where I'm okay with that, and that is a series that a lot of people hated that happened in, but I actually didn't mind it because that series was, once again, just such a crazy series in general that when that happened, I actually didn't hate it. Okay, City of Glass, that whole, oh my god, they're actually brotherly, I'm not talking about that, okay? That's a series where I also don't really care about it, but I don't think this is fair. I also, when I first read City of Bones, and found out, oh my god, they're related, I was reading it after my cousin had already read it, and I was like, bro, and then my cousin was like, they're not actually related, and I was like, oh. So I was, okay. But the couple of books where I've gone into it knowing that that's not going to be magically fixed, and I've read them, and at the end, I distinctly remember this one book where I was reading and I was like, oh, this is cute. It's like, it was a road trip book. And at the end of the road trip, they find out that they're actually like half siblings. And I was like, no, why? And I don't like when that happens. Now, the third trope that I really hate is my number one disliked fantasy trope. And that is, they give up their power for the greater good. No. There has been one series that I didn't mind that happening in. Every other series, I have hated it. There is a certain very well-known young adult fantasy series where the last book, the character does this, and she no longer has her powers, and it's like this whole thing, and that made me so upset. And that was the first time I'd ever seen that happen. And I was like, oh, that's so stupid. And there have been other books that have done that. There's been a couple books where they've given up their powers and maybe have like a little bit remaining. And I still dislike that, but I really hate it when a character just gives up all their power and is now powerless. And they're like, I did it for the greater good. I'm like, I don't care if you did it for the greater good. Now you have no power. And I just don't like that. That's just a personal pet peeve of mine, and I feel like it's just an easy fix-all, and I know this is going to be like the one that a lot of people don't agree with me on, but that's something that I just hate it. I hate it when a character loses their powers. So if you ever see me reading a book where that happens, and I obviously don't know that it happens, and I like am reading this, just let me know. because I need to know, or else I'm going to be extremely upset. Like, I have taken off stars from ratings when this happens. I'm gonna rant about this, and I think I need to stop because this is going to get really deep really quickly, and I just, it's fine. I just like when a character gets to keep their magic, okay? I also hate the trope of like best friend's boyfriend or best friend's girlfriend. No, I remember I read like a Jen Kalanita book of this, and the cover's literally the girl holding hands with the best friend's boyfriend behind the best friend's back. That was my first time ever trying that out, and I quickly realized that I don't like when that's the case, because A, it's rude to your best friend. I don't care how shitty your best friend might be, okay? That's just not something you do. Maybe you have a crush on him. That's fine. I don't like that still, but that's fine. Just don't do anything while they're still together. That's just not an okay thing. I don't like it. And I hate when that's like the conflict between the two love interests. It's just... I also don't like age gaps. A lot of these are non-fantasy related because I don't mind age gaps when it's like vampire romances, because in my opinion, or like fae, or like but it's a magical creature and they're like, oh my god, he's like actually 500 years old. That I don't care about because like that's not realistic. I don't like you know those like creepy ones, like I'm thinking of like Credence in my mind, where she like just turns 18 in the book and then ends up getting with like the dad. I'm like, eh. No, I don't like when there's like, if it's like a 5-year age gap between like a 20, no. If it's like a, no, I just don't like age gap. I can't do it. I can do it like if it's like a slight age gap, like within 3 years, that is like my maximum of an age gap, but I really will not read age gaps between like a significant one. Like any of those ones that's, oh my god, her and like her adoptive uncle, or like her and her teacher, and it's like 10 years. Like, no, I don't like those. Those are uncomfy to me, and I just don't like age gaps. It's not a trope that is mine. I also need to make a quick disclaimer. If these are tropes that you like, fantastic. I'm happy for you. This means that you have a much wider range of books that you can read, and good on you. But this is my own personal preference, so don't come at me for disliking these tropes. Because as I said, there are certain situations where like, maybe one day I will read a book where there's a massive age gap between characters and I end up really loving it. But so far, in my own experience, I have not liked them. And I know that some people do like these things, and I'm not discounting you, I'm not putting shame on you, that's fine, that's your own opinion. But this is also my own opinion, and that's the point of this video, so you clicked on it to see me kind of shitting on certain tropes. Anyway, another trope I don't like is memory loss. I hate the memory loss trope where it's like, oh my god. This is a okay thing in thrillers. I don't mind when it's a typical thriller trope where there's a girl who has no memory and it's about her getting it back. But I hate the trope of, oh no, she's lost her memory and then she's like surrounded by guys, or like he's surrounded by, I don't know. I just don't like the memory trope. I feel like unless it's in a thriller, it's a very, I hate using the word cheap trick, but it is. In my own opinion, I just don't like it. It takes a lot of effort to do memory loss right, and a lot of authors, in my opinion, struggle with that. It's definitely not one that I don't like a lot. Like, it's one I can normally get past, but it will make me question a book a lot, and it makes me definitely a bit more picky about the way that it's handled. So it's more one that I'm aware of than I avoid purposefully, mostly because there are certain like animes out there that deal with it that I do love, so that's like a different story. I think that's it. I think that's it for the tropes that I dislike. I might have ranted a little bit. Let me know down below if there are any tropes that you really don't like and try to avoid. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit the like button down below if you want to see more of me. Please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, thanks a bunch guys.